Our solution is going to be to use a feature of views that allows us to rewrite the output of a field, including the content from other fields. So let's go back to our view and let's remove the name and contact link. I'm going to select rearrange, and this will allow us to remove multiple fields at once. I'll click apply. So what we want is a link to the user's contact form. Let's take a look at the format of the URL to that contact form and see if we can build that from scratch. So I'm going to go to people, and let's go to Sandra and click her contact form. So the URL is user/some number/contact. This number is the user ID, and we can know that because if we hover over view, you can see in the lower left-hand corner right here that it links to user/8, and that number is always going to be a user ID. So what we want is a URL that's user/user ID/contact. Okay. Let's see if we can do that. So the only dynamic part of that URL is a user ID. So let's add a field for the user ID. So I'm searching for user ID, and this is what we want right here. We want the user ID, not the UUID. That's different. I'll click Add and Configure Fields. And what we want to do here is rewrite the output as a link. So under Rewrite Results, we're going to check Output this field as a custom link. And here in the link path, we're going to put user/, and then if we scroll down, we can see a list of replacement patterns that we can use within this text that will be replaced by the contents of the various fields that we have in our view. So we could throw in the title, the body. Right now we want the UID. And we'll scroll back up and put it here on the other side of user, and then we want contact. Let's apply this and scroll down and see what we have. So under Sandra, we have the number 8, which is her user ID. And if we open this up in a new tab, we get to the contact page. And down under Phil, we can do the same thing. Let's open up his. Here we go. Okay, so the link is working. The text could use some work though. It should say contact, and then if we look at the wireframe, it should say the first name of the user. In order to pull in that first name, we're going to need to add it as a field. So let's scroll up here, and under Fields, let's click Add. And we'll search for first. We'll select first name. Let's just add it. And now if we go into the user ID here and we go into the rewrite results and we go to the replacement patterns, you might expect to see the first name here. The reason that we're not is because the order of the fields actually matter. I'm going to hit cancel here. So in the field order, we have the user ID and then the first name. If we go to rewrite content in this field, we can only access the values of the fields that are above it. So what we need to do is reorder this so that the first name is above the user ID. So let's rearrange, and we'll drag first name up above user ID and click apply. And now let's rewrite the results to include the first name. I'll click rewrite results, scroll down to replacement patterns, and now you can see field first name here. So let's copy that. We're including the beginning and ending brackets and the text that's on the inside. And what we want to do is override the output of this field with custom text. We're already rewriting the link, but now we need to rewrite the text. Currently, the text is just the user ID, but we want it to say contact and then the first name of the user. Let's click apply and look down. Okay, so we have contact Sandra and contact Phil. So this is good, except the first name is also displaying for all of the users. So we need to hide that. In views, we can add a field here and hide it from view, but still be able to use it when we rewrite the results of other fields. This is a pretty common technique to get that content into the rewrite options. So let's go to first name here. And what we're going to do is select exclude from display and click apply. We'll scroll down and we don't see anything there. There's our contact form for Sandra and Phil and not for any of the other staff members.